Hey guys, we got a ton of new content in NHL 23's Hockey Ultimate Team. Today we're going to break down some of the new X Factors and what to do post-Team of the Year with them, as well as discuss the new Game Day Tilt cards, which are having some pretty crazy results so far with the new updated version. If you guys enjoy the channel, make sure that you subscribe for the most up-to-date news, tips, and info for NHL 23. Let's get into it. So let's talk about those new Game Day Tilt cards, as John Tavares received a 93 overall boost with the new 2-game Game Day Tilt format. So earlier in the year, how these cards worked was for the specific game that was labeled their game day, they would receive points, 1 point for every goal, 0.75 for every assist, and then 0.5 for every hit, shot, and block. And you add that all together, and their overall would increase by that much. Now, John Tavares was one of the first few that receives a 2-game boost, meaning that it was the accumulation of those stats for 2 games, and he popped off with a bunch of goals and a bunch of shots as well to get to 93. So if you were one of the lucky ones that got an 81 overall, you woke up today and you got a 93 overall John Tavares. Here is the issue with John Tavares cards if you are new to Hockey Ultimate Team, especially if you play in somewhat competitively and you're not a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. John Tavares cards in HUT have historically been awful. They've always been low rated in skating, but even though they're lower rated in skating, they feel just slow no matter what the rating is, what his rating is when he gets higher overall cards. This one's got workhorse and buzzing, which gets his speed and acceleration to 90. Buzzing is a little bit harder to activate because there's obviously many other skating synergies you'd rather have than buzzing. He also gets silver big timber, silver relentless, and gold make it snappy. These two are pretty much useless abilities if you're not someone who likes to go for tip shots, and I've seen maybe 5 relentless plays in my entirety of playing probably about 600 games so far since launch. And then make it snappy is hard to quantify it doing anything. He's got a great shot and good hands, and he's got 93 faceoffs. Like, there's nothing wrong with this card. The issue is that there's probably a lot of other cards I would rather have if you were going to use him high in your lineup. And if he's not going to be in your first 2 lines, and he's going to be buried on the 3rd or 4th, then I would probably just sell him because he is still going for a lot. Now, currently, you can get him for about 130,000 coins, but that is falling quickly, and you will notice something when they come out. If you see an absolute ton of them hit the market, that's usually a pretty good indicator that the card is just not really sought after. Everyone is selling John Tavares, no one is really using him. Not nobody, but you know what I'm saying. I sold him for 155,000 coins, and now he's fallen to about 130 where he is sitting currently. There's actually a few just up as I started this video that are now under 130, and he's probably going to continue to fall. If he gets to about 110,000 coins, regardless, no matter what, if I was no money spent, I would 100% buy because I think that is worth it. Other than that, I would just sell and take the coins just because there's many other cards I would rather have that are lower rated more than John Tavares. Now let's take a look at some of the prime times today. We've got the 86 Tim Stützle, as he had a hat trick, and if you are one of the fantasy hockey owners of Tim Stützle, man, I hope you enjoyed him. He's been really fun to use. I've loved his card once he's hit 95. He's got unstoppable force, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. You're going to want to use him on the wing, though, if you do get this card, as he's only got 82 on the draw. This is a fun combination. Unstoppable force is one of the best abilities in the game. He's got okay speed, and if you were to someone that would start it around the holidays, this is a definitely useful card for you that probably won't break the bank, as unstoppable force is very valuable. And just to show you guys what the new Tim Stützle looks like, well, he's got 95 speed and acceleration, 99 defensive awareness, good abilities with Thief and Protector as well as Gladiator. He got elite edges, unstoppable force. Like, this is just a phenomenal card. I've had a blast using him so far today. Now, John Tavares also got a prime time with applesauce as well as close quarters. I love close quarters as an ability, and he's got 89 on the draw. This card right now is going for about 70,000 coins, so essentially half of what his 93 is going for. And if you really wanted John Tavares, I would rather grab this one just because of the ability. If you're going to put him at center, you don't need to worry about skating as much, and I know he does. I did say earlier that he does feel sluggish, but again, if you're looking for a John Tavares card, I'd probably rather have this one than the 93 version at the cost currently, but just be warned, he is going to feel very slow. Someone who won't feel slow is the 90 overall Jack Hughes with Protector and Beauty backhand. He's got 91 speed, 93 acceleration, always has a better shot in terms of a wrist shot than his stats indicate. He's got great hands and decent defensive awareness now with Protector on. Right now, he's going for about 120,000 coins. If he fell under 100, I'd probably pull the trigger. Then we've got the 91 Leon Draisaitl, so he did not win Team of the Year. He's got a 91, though, with Thief, which is a very good synergy for this card because it helps out with his face-off rating. Third Eye is pretty pointless, but 89 speed, 89 acceleration. And again, he's very statted close to John Tavares, but does not feel like it in-game. He's got a very good shot at 95 in that range. And this is a much better card this year than prior years. Draisaitl is, because his face-off rating was always so low before NHL 23, it was very hard to put him at center, and obviously as a winger, he doesn't have the build or speed for it. But this card has been pretty good, and this is an example, guys, of X factors and why you don't want to necessarily go and use and buy up a bunch of X factors that won't turn into anything like Team of the Year. Since Team of the Year has already been done, you are starting to see X Factor's price plummet, and you can get this Leon Draisaitl for right now for 175,000 coins. Now, this is on PS5. If you go up and take a look at his X Factor, it is plummeted, and there is now one up for 200, so just 25,000 coins more, and you will get him up to his 91. That's obviously going to have a significant cost. He does have a skating synergy, though, which means that he's into the 91 speed range, and as Gladiator to help out with his kind of mediocre body checking. The thing about Leon Draisaitl this year is, again, his face-off rating is very good, or much better than it was in the past, and he has Silver Unstoppable Force. He is not going to gain many other useful abilities, so this is why, guys, X Factors are starting to plummet, because their usefulness is just really not there. I would rather wait for either Team of the Season, if you really wanted a Draisaitl card, or there will be some 92, 93 primetime Team of the Week that will come out with a great ability that you can have that will be much more impactful than trying to raise up Draisaitl. His value is much better than last year in terms of his X Factor, but it's still, this is why you don't really go invest in a lot of X Factors, because once Team of the Year is done, you will see the value is just not there. Then we've got some custom build primetimes, the 88 Rasmus Dahlin with Thief, which is phenomenal, obviously, getting his defensive awareness up to 94, 88 speed, 89 acceleration, 86 body checking, and 6'3", so he's got great size. There is not a lot of good defensemen that are left-handed that are in this build. He's essentially like the left-handed version of Dougie Hamilton. Obviously, Hamilton's 6'6", but very close in decent skating and lower body checking, but still big. This is a great mid-tier card if you're not going to be investing in, master set players or any of the Team of the Year or something like that. Watch out for these prime times like Rasmus Dahlin, because he could be really impactful on your squad. Then we've also got the 90 David Pastrnak with Light the Lamp, which helps his accuracy and power on the wrist shot, as well as close quarters. Great ability there. 92 speed, 92 acceleration, but like I said, for the beginning of the year, for whatever reason, 86 agility. This is another perfect example. This card's going for 120,000 coins. This is why his X Factor just really is not all that sought after or worth investing in going much further. His X Factor has plummeted in price because he didn't get a Team of the Year. And if you go all the way to the end here, at 90 overall, he does get another tier. Spoiler alert, on my no money spent team, I'm probably going to stop upgrading Pastrnak and slowly tear him down. When you see his third tier, this is a perfect example of why X Factors have brutal value at the end. It costs 3 collectibles to go up +1 overall. His speed and acceleration do not change, and he unlocks Heart and Soul, which you're not going to have activated, and Silver 1T, which, it's one-timers in NHL 23, guys. Even with Gold 1T on, they just don't go in. He's got Snipe, which I haven't really noticed at all. Puck on a String, same thing, and Ankle Breaker. These are just not abilities you're going to want at the end game, which is why it's probably time to move on from Pastrnak. Moving on to some of the World Junior cards, as we've got the Czechia David Spacek, right-handed defenseman with Protector, 90 speed, 89 acceleration, 96 agility, and 98 on the shot power. His body checking gets up to 88. His defensive awareness is a little low, but he should go for a pretty cheap price. If you just started at Christmas time, this would be a decent right-handed defenseman to grab before you can get kind of a stud master set player. Gabriel Sizturk, I believe, with Magician, 88 speed and acceleration, but max agility, which will definitely help going left and right. 99 on the shot power. Some of these cards that you will notice just get absolutely jacked to 99 because they raise up the overall of every single ability, and some of the abilities have to start higher overall. He has 89 on the faceoffs as well. You could get away with using him at center, again, if you just started your team. The last one I want to show off is the 85 Peter Repsik from Slovakia with Magician. Again, same kind of situation. 88 speed and acceleration, 99 agility, 99 shot power, If you have just started out, he also has 88 on the draws. So if you need a centerman, he's 6'1", 190, which is decent size, so he might be an option for you. And then on to the new game day tilt cards. This will be for only one game, not like John Tavares, who was for multiple. This is for January 10th game for tomorrow. We've got Sebastian Aho up first at 88 speed, 88 acceleration, and puck on a string. Very decent all the way around. It reminds me a lot of Sidney Crosby, just kind of hovering around 90 across everything. These are costing 11 Team of the Year collectibles to make, guys. No shot are they worth it. If I pack one, what I would do is just hold on to it and wait and see if it pops off just like Tavares did. I wouldn't sell it early because while you might lose a couple thousand coins, you might have just lost 100 if you sold Tavares early. And then we've got from the New Jersey Devils, Thomas Tatar, 5'10" with Gladiator and ankle breaker, 89 speed, 89 acceleration. Again, he's going to need like 4 or 5 points to get into the 90s for skating, and it'll be like around 92. Remember, skating goes up by 0.5. Well, speed and acceleration do. He's okay across the board, but the same thing stands. If you guys pack him, I would just wait and see if he pops off. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's content. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.